Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Steelers news. As you guys know, they wrapped up mini camps a couple days ago, and they also wrapped up with a lot of stuff they did, the mandatory stuff that happened, and then the rookie mini camps, all the stuff that happened in the past few weeks. They kind of wrapped that stuff up. Now they're just kind of waiting until it's time for, like, of course, the training camp days. So we see that stuff, the OTAs, which be on some stuff with people going out there competing. Some of the great stuff. We're gonna see the big battle at the Latrobe Field. They go out there and just play that little game they do. I think they Friday night game they do. So we're gonna see that probably in a few weeks, or maybe like close. I think like in the middle, maybe close to the end of July. Maybe, right? I think that's when it's starting to start, like getting up there. But Cam Heyward, last year as a Steeler, could be this year. You never know, because Cam Heyward has mentioned that he said he wouldn't mind, like he said it would be something thrill, something fun to go play somewhere else, like to end his career. You never know like that. They say he mentioned division rivals. Maybe he's just saying that because of the contract stuff, like that, kind of like just teasing it like that. But I can't picture Cam Heyward in a different uniform than Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. He's been here for quite some time, with like 12 years, 12, 13 years. Been here for a long time, so I can't picture him in a different uniform, especially not a rival uniform. I imagine Cam Heyward wearing the Brown stuff, or wearing the Ravens uniform, or wearing like the Bengals uniform or something. We're going against Cam Heyward, but he's a good player still. Good player. He's been banged up, a little older now. He just want to win, find a way to win and get a championship opportunity. So hopefully this year the Steelers can get in the playoffs. Well, they got in the playoffs last year too, but hopefully they can win a playoff game. Get in the playoffs, win a playoff game, and get back to that old Steelers stuff, like back in 2017 and beyond, and knowing back. We was going out there and actually winning games and getting our team's chances, and like giving the fans hope a little bit to go out there and compete for a Super Bowl. George Pickens is another name that's been circulating around too as well. A lot of people around Pittsburgh is expecting him to make a huge impact. His first year, his rookie season, 800 plus yards as receiving yards, and then he had a few touchdowns here and there. And then last year he had over 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards last year. I think 1,100 or 1,200. I think 1,100 or 200 yards last year, which is cool. He got most of that stuff close to the end of the season. They kind of like a little ups and downs throughout the year with him, with the communication with the quarterbacks and stuff. But this year you have Russell Wilson and you have Justin Fields behind him as well. So you have a better O-line as well. You have a better offensive coordinator as well to try to get him the ball. And he's going to be the primary option, most likely, for some of the offense packages out there, and a primary receiver out there for sure, because number 2 receiver is a little questionable right now. Calvin Austin is there. We're going to see how he steps up. Last year he started off pretty good the first few games, but then he kind of like got injured and banged up and was never the same. He only had one good game against the Raiders, which was week 2. I think week 2 or week 3. So we're going to see how he kind of get back to the groove. Roman Wilson's a rookie, so we're going to see if he can, how he going to translate to the NFL as well. Quez Watkins, Van Jefferson, those guys are cool and stuff, but I don't see them as number 2 guys. But I think Roman Wilson could be number 2 guy, and Calvin Austin could too. They can just like step up a little bit because they have the potential to do it. So we're going to see what happens with that. But George Pickens should be the number 1 guy by far, good margin. So he should be ready. He's getting all the looks, the double teams that start coming to him eventually, because he's a very talented player. Can go up there and get the ball with the best of them, strong hands, can make plays when the ball is in his hands as well. So I think George Pickens got to step up big time this year. We're going to see what he looks like in year 3, year 1, and year 2. We've seen improvement. We've seen improvement from him. His route running got better and stuff. I seen this past thing all season a little bit. They were showing him working with Antonio Holmes on route running and different combinations and stuff. So we're going to see probably a different style of George Pickens out there. So I'm hoping to see maybe 80 plus catches. Probably 13, maybe 1,400, 1,500 receiving yards. That'd be great to see like that, around that range, and close to double-digit touchdowns as well for George Pickens in that span. So I think he's very capable of doing that, especially the Steelers using that run game to set the play action and give him those deep shots down the field and give him opportunities, kind of like how the Buccaneers do a little bit with Mike Evans. I know Buccaneers last year didn't run the ball. They ran the ball at a certain point, start running it more and more, but they play style is. They want to try to find a way to get to the receivers on the outside, Godwin and Mike Evans. I feel like the Steelers can play in a similar sense of that, especially the way Arthur Smith want to have them going. Be heavy run based, kind of like the Titans was when he was the Titans OC, run based, but Ryan Tannehill was getting that ball out there to A.J. Browns, making plays too, giving them the chances, Jonnu Smiths and stuff, the guys who was there. So I think if the Steelers can play in that sense, have Najee Harris and Jalen Warren be the bell cow backs, go out there and just make things happen in the middle and just kind of tiring defenses out. You give George Pickens opportunities to go one-on-one, especially when the teams got to load the box up to stop the run. One-on-one opportunities on the outside for George Pickens, and Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin and those guys can step up on the other side as well. You're going to see a great offense and see a lot of, scoring as well. So I hope we can get some scoring, because last year our offense only averaged 16 points, which is horrible. It's not as horrible as the Patriots. I think the Patriots averaged like 13 or 14 points, which is crazy as well. But we only averaged 16 points. We only allowed 19 points and we had 10 wins, which is crazy. They don't even add up. Like you only score 16 points a game. You allowed 19, which is cool. Allowing 19 points is a pretty good defense, especially the defense was injured and stuff. But you won 10 games still with only scoring 16 points per game. That's crazy. It's crazy dynamic. And most of that stuff is a little it probably got increased a lot because of what Mason Rudolph did at the end of the season. You know, at first it was like around 14, 15-ish a game. So yeah, Steelers was a little jacked up on offense last year, but we're hoping to see a big time improvement this year. Another thing too, T.J. Watt wants to win badly, and who doesn't want to win badly? You know, I think he's been here since what, 2016? 2016, around that range. But about to turn 32 in a little bit, and also I think he never won a playoff game. You know, so he's never been a part of a playoff win. He played with the Jaguars. We got jacked up a little bit. Now the game at the end, we only lost by 3 points, but you actually watched the full game, we was getting jacked up. And then you look at what's the other playoff game we lost to? The Browns. The Browns won, yeah. He part of that one too. And then the one we just lost to, we lost to the Chiefs a few years ago. I think he was part of that when Big Ben was the quarterback. So he had some moments in the playoffs, but just like haven't got it and translate to the win. Last year, you get an opportunity to even play in the playoffs. I think like if he had T.J. Watt there to get that pressure on Josh Allen to make things happen, might have been a little better. Might have seen some a big difference or big change because T.J. Watt do find a way to get the ball, find a way to cause some turnovers as well. But not having Watt there is very tough. So we're going to see if Watt can find a way to win his first playoff game, hopefully this year, if he stay healthy for the entirety of the season and go to the playoffs, and then we'll see what really happens. Another thing, too, as well, which is the last topic for today, Mr. Khan was talking about it, Omar Khan was talking about the Najee Harris contract situation a little earlier, a couple days ago, mentioning that he said declined Najee Harris' fifth-year option for a business decision. He said he would love to keep Najee long-term, but I guess he said for now, for the right moment, it felt like it was right to decline the fifth-year option. I guess so they can like renegotiate after the offseason. Maybe both parties was kind of in agreement of that a little bit too, because Najee have a big year, you know. Because if he signed a fifth-year option, he have a big year, you know, it still translate to the other side like that. But if Najee have another 1,000-yard season, that'd be 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Especially if Najee have a big time year. Like I think Najee could probably go out there and get 1,300 yards if he get double-digit rushing touchdowns. You know, maybe 40, 50 catches around that range and stuff. And you know, go out there and have a nice season. Pro Bowl selection again too as well. He already got 1 Pro Bowl selection. If you get another Pro Bowl selection, I think Najee Harris could be warranted some pretty good money. I feel like the Steelers would try to find a way to keep him around because you love a 1-2 punch. We've seen teams like I mentioned many times before, teams go out there thinking they have it right. When the Cowboys did with Ezekiel and Tony Pollard, they're like, oh, Tony Pollard doing this great stuff. So let me Tony Pollard is starting back. You know, Tony Pollard is not like a bell cap back. He's not a guy who can take that many touches and that many carries like that. It was better to have Zeke be your guy like that. You know, the thumper, they're going like that and going like this, and then you like kind of like thunder and lightning. You know, have Zeke be a thunder, and then the lightning was Tony Pollard go out there and the flashes and different bursts like that. You give him screen passes, you give him stuff, change the pace type when they start mixing things up. They load the box inside, you get the little outside pitches to him and stuff, and different things would happen. It's kind of a great dynamic. But once they started getting too confident in Tony Pollard, he's a good player still, but he's just not the type of player to be getting that many touches to be a full starting running back. And you've seen last year his production dropped a lot. So it's great to have 1-2 punch. Najee Harris can take the blunt of punishment. He can get 20 carries a night, 25 plus carries and touches and stuff. Jalen Warren can go out there and make some things happen too, but I don't feel like Jalen Warren's a bell cap back. I feel like Jalen Warren's a change of pace. You keep him in the play style that you got him in right now. You have him in where he's a guy who come out there, you may line up as a receiver. You might put him in the slot. You might put him, you know, in the backfield, get some handoffs and stuff, screen passes. Let him be like that complimentary back to Najee, the bell cap back, and let them both complement each other well. So hopefully Steelers keep the dynamic 2-piece going. Because I feel like the 2-piece type of 2-headed backfield been working for a lot of different teams around the league, as you see. So hopefully they can keep that going. But I think Najee Harris most likely will get a contract. I don't know when exactly when they try to like make that deal. Most likely after the next season, and maybe they're doing during the season. You never know. Sometimes we've seen negotiations happen during the season, and they have signed the contract like before the end of the season, something like that. That happened. But I think Najee will probably be here long term. They probably find a way, maybe get like a 3-4 year deal, maybe worth because Saquon Barkley got what, 38 million, so maybe around that same range, 35 mil, maybe 20 million guaranteed. Najee get paid a certain percentage, you know, every year. You might have a few incentives in there like that, but the guaranteed money is the main thing. You know, most running back from the find at least 20 mil guaranteed or more, like that. So I think they can probably find something to work that out a little bit with Najee. I think he's a great player, team captain of the team for a reason, especially at a young age. And I think he got named team captain. It wasn't even this. I think it was his second year in the league. I think he got named team captain. They said they love his leadership, his mentality. So having Najee around is very good. So we're gonna see what happens, but. Like the video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.